Hi Sagittarius, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love read for January 2021. So we're going to be doing a single, committed, and complicated spread, 3 separate ones. I will timestamp below. Guys, remember general messages. Don't try to make them fit if they don't. We might not be giving you your reading this time. We try, but you know, we give what we get. So I hope you guys are doing great. You do have Venus in your first house, so you're going to be looking kind of cute, which is good. But it is going to be scoring that 4th house for you of home. So, you know, your ability to feel very grounded, rooted, safe, and secure in something is going to be a little challenged right now. And that's not only in the area of relationships. That could literally have to do with your actual home. You guys have a lot of stuff going on in your 6th house. You have Uranus in your 6th. Some surprises are going to be going on there. On January 7th, Mars in Taurus is going to be in that 6th house. Really good for your career, I do have to say, which I do like. But we're here to talk about relationships. So Venus is in your 1st house. Yeah. But it is squaring your 4th, right? So for those of you in a situation where you're living with somebody, or if you're feeling very vulnerable or insecure about a relationship, there may be some tension there. So let's see what ends up coming up. We have the idea of receiving. Pulling some crowning messages, some general energies for all Sagittarians. It doesn't matter which kind of relationship you're in first. Let's just get some general energies for all Saggies, okay? Receiving is about allowing yourself to be open enough to actually let something in. And I know that seems kind of silly, but we do create these energetic blocks, right? Very often in relationships, a lot of us understand this to be the situation when our energies are too wrapped up, maybe in the wrong person or in a situation that's going nowhere fast. We end up blocking the ability to actually meet anybody. It's all about peace. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you want to just be feeling a lot of peace right now. Receiving peace. I love it. Oh, and then we have Libra. Beautiful, right? This is all about fair and balanced. The truth of a situation revealing itself, you know, looking at how you feel being involved in something, right? Because Libra rules the 7th house, is the landlord of the 7th house of partnerships, ruled by Venus. And Venus is all about, how does this make you feel, right? How do you feel being in this? Uranus, shocking surprises. Some surprises coming in. Uranus for you guys, though, is in your 6th house. So, I don't know. You're going to be meeting somebody at work, and then we have the 6th. This is a relationship reading. Look at how much energy is coming out for it. Connected to the 6th house. Literally have the 6th house. You have Uranus in the 6th house, which is about shocking surprises. And then we have Libra, which is about relationship. So we're meeting somebody new through work or through some sort of channel, maybe somebody at work through work. Could definitely be one of the interpretations of that. But 6th house, for those of you who don't know, is your day-to-day. It's your day-to-day experience, especially your day-to-day work environment, people that you work with and for, but it's also your health, mental, physical, and emotional. The fact that you guys have Uranus in the 6th, you know, you want to pay attention to if you start to not feel well, if you start out of nowhere, you want to make sure of that, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional. Pay attention to that as well. Look at this, Leo, the lover, because Leo is the landlord of the 5th house, which is the house of romance, falling in love, love affairs, the act of sex. Look at that. So, hey, it looks good. Let's see. Very expressive energy too, Leo. It's about creativity. To children too. 5th house is children too. But this is about very expressive, creative, loving, playful, trusting. So let's pull a couple of energies on these. Okay. Yeah, I do see that you're confused. You're confused about what it is that you even want to receive, which is kind of interesting, right? Because we have the Hangman, and the Hangman is a Neptune energy, and Neptune is, I always say, trying to look at reality through a very thick fog, right? So it's trying to get a different perspective on something. So you might be in a connection right now, or you might be single, where you're just trying to figure out exactly what it is that you want, you know? in love, especially with Venus in your first house of self. What makes you feel good? The first house has to do with your physical appearance. It's how, your overall feeling that you have in your life, right? It's the self, it's your core, it's yourself. So some of you may even be opting to get some sort of, new haircut, some new clothes, some sort of procedure. We have this working with the Page of the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And this is being very patient. Some of you may be just focused on a new job or your money or, anything having to do with finances. This could also be indicative, again, of you meeting somebody at work, or the Pentacles can also mean mental, physical, emotional connection from somebody. It's a page. Page means a new cycle. And then we have the Sun, which is really great. This is about material happiness and a really positive outcome and you having everything that you need to make something work. But you have to open yourself up to receiving. You have to open yourself up to receiving whatever it is that's really wanting to come to you. So we have Lover, clarifying that. Ace of Pentacles, again, you might be meeting somebody at work. Through somebody at work. But anyway, but an Ace of Pentacles can also mean, this could mean obviously a new job, a raise, promotion, right? But this is a love reading, mental, physical, emotional connection as well. So a new connection. And then we have that working with the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, Princess Charming coming in, making some sort of romantic proposal. But some of you are making the decision to walk away from something that wasn't working. So, and this could be the idea of somebody that you were with a long time ago, or whatever, any sort of emotions that you have for someone, you making the decision to walk away from that, right? It's Saturn in Pisces. It's realizing, you know what? This is not going anywhere. Saturn is about restriction, delay, karma, holding back, right? And then in Pisces is about your wishes and what you really want for a relationship. So it's realizing that whatever it is that you have in your mind's eye that you want for a relationship, it's not going to happen. So then you end up withdrawing, retreating, moving on, and abandoning a situation or an idea or emotions. Not that you're a robot, you can't flip it off like that, but it's like with sadness but no regret. You're saying, you know what, I can't do that anymore. It's time for me to walk away from that. Now, some of you are going to be walking away from the idea of being single because you're ready to not be single anymore. Others of you are going to be walking away from an energy that has been blocking you. And as soon as you do that, you're going to be welcoming in this new energy. Working with peace, we have the Ten of Cups, of course. Ten of Cups is about peace, right? It's family contentment. It's total love and support. It's being with the right person in the right place. And this is really, I feel like, very much what you guys are focused on. We do have the Six of Wands, which is so fabulous. This is good news coming in. Somebody contacting you, you hearing something really positive, and it ends up giving you a sense of acknowledgement, a sense of respect, a sense of like a positive vibe, positive, And what I like, nothing negative here. Beautiful, Six of Pentacles. I'm loving it. Giving and receiving help, generosity. I have your back. You have mine. This is really what you want. This is what you focus on, and this is what you're going to bring yourself energetically. But it does seem like you have to allow yourself to receive it, and you have to let go of anything that might be blocking this from coming in right now. Okay, let's put these guys up here. We're going to get right into our single Sagittarius friends. Okay. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In a situation right now, the Magician, very nice. Magician is Mercury. Magician, being a Mercury energy, the Magician, what is Mercury, right? Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. 3rd house, 6th house. So what happens in the 3rd house besides communication, short distance travel, and learning things is all kinds of communication, including communication online. It's also Virgo, which is our everyday, day-to-day work environment. Again, going back to this idea, you might be meeting somebody new at work, or it could just be the combination of you guys reaching out to people online and just feeling better about things because, that communicating with somebody online is Gemini, But the feeling better about things, that's Virgo in the 6th house, because it's where our health hangs out. Let's see, coming though into this energy from the past, we have the Knight of Swords. King of Swords, rather. So the King of Swords is a very intentional energy. It's very strategic. It's very without emotions. It's very focusing on the matter of facts at hand, focusing on the truth, not allowing emotions to wash over you, staying very sort of like, this is what it is. What am I going to do? Right, kind of thing, coming into this energy. But now you're ready to make something happen for yourself, right? This is about like a very focused energy, turning whatever vision you have in your mind's eye for yourself, having to do with relationship, into reality, and you're feeling very inspired to go after something or allow something to come in. Now, the what's crossing you here, the challenge though, is this 5 of Cups energy. So there's definitely this disappointment that you're still nursing here, right? It's like it's this loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned, feeling unloved. Now, this could just be in general. This could be from a particular person or situation, but there's this focus on something not working rather than focusing on the 2 cups that are still standing. Because if you notice, right, 3 cups are down, so these are our emotions, but there are 2 standing right behind him, but he doesn't see it. He's not looking around, turning around. He's focusing on what didn't work instead of what could work and what, any sort of possibility there. And that's challenging you right now. Like, so you want to bring yourself some sort of new relationship, new energy in, but there is this energy, this past something is still sort of blocking you, but you're doing it to yourself, Sagittarius. No shade, but you are. Look, 8 of Swords. You're doing it to yourself. This is self-imposed isolation, self-imposed restriction, keeping yourself imprisoned here. And that's the best that can be achieved out of this situation unless you deal with this 5 of Cups energy. That's the thing. There needs to be this release in order to, how my throat chakra is closing right now. There needs to be this release so that you can be open to receive. Right? But we have the foundation. The reason for the reading is we have the Empress. I mean, you're just ready, right? Are you ready? The Empress is a Venus energy in astrology, right? She's the mother of the tarot. This is about fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance. Some of you being like, I closed that shop a long time ago. I'm not looking to have a baby. It's the idea of growth, right? I mean, so we have to look at this as in the metaphorical sense as well. It's the idea of growing. And because it's a Venusian energy, what does Venus mean? It means love. It means feeling really good about ourselves, being in something. It feels good about being in something. Feeling valued, feeling that connection. So I feel like that is what many of you want, but I feel like there is this something that I'm getting very strongly that you have to get out of your own way. Yeah, look, we get the Hermit. What I like about this is that you're not sitting idle. You are on a quest for your personal truth. You are trying to spiritually illuminate yourself, right? You're going within for clarity, which is really, really good. I like it. This is a Virgo energy. Virgos are the problem solvers of the zodiac. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're in this space where it's like, all right, damn it, I want to figure out how to get out of my own way, figure out why I still even think about that person, people, situation, whatever, Beautiful. Chariot. I love it. This is your environment. Getting out of Dodge, action and change, leaving any sort of toxic thoughts behind, toxic history, things that just don't serve you. Just moving away from toxicity once and for all. Just really just wanting to get away from that. Now, in your hope and your fear, we have the 2 of Cups. So it's like, be careful, kind of like, I want the romantic love. I want the partnership. I want to propose something to somebody or have them propose something to me. It doesn't have to be marriage. It could just simply be, you want to go have a cup of coffee, you want to go out, you want to get to know each other, something as basic as that. That's what you want, but at the same time, it is what you fear. Because I see a lot of worry. This is the thing. In the near future, we have the World, which is fabulous. The World is a Saturn energy. This means that you've been through a lot in relationship, but you've completed some sort of lesson that you needed to learn. Lesson learned. What happens when we learn Saturnian lessons, which this is? Saturn drops us a nice gift on the way out, which is always decades long kind of blessing. Saturn gets a bad rap. He really does. I mean, it's horrible when we're going through Saturn stuff, but when we make it through, Saturn brings us the best gifts, better than Jupiter. But look at this. Look at the final outcome. For goodness sake, Five of Swords. This is the kind of, I have to tell you, I feel like this is more internal than anything. Because what is the Five of Swords? Five of Swords is a Venus and Aquarius energy. So Venus, everything that we discussed, it's love, it's feeling good and all of that. And Aquarius rules the future. But Aquarius rules the future in a way that's different than what we know it to be now, right? So Venus in there, what's being argued? Five is always conflict, and it's truth. So this can, I'm understanding this as this being an internal battle that you have with yourself, where it's why bother? It's only going to end up the same way anyway the next time. Almost like a fated kind of thing, and that's. But Sag, if you're feeling that way, don't beat yourself up. It's because it seems like you've been through a lot, and all you want is peace. But in order to have that peace, it does require you taking a chance and allowing yourself up to open up. You know, the Leo lover energy, that fifth house, open up to new romance and receive. You know, there's always the chance that things could go south in any relationship, of course, right? But here, maybe when you're in your Hermit energy, part of the tweaking that you're doing here, as far as, you know, your internal work that you're doing, is figuring out, you know, why do you keep going after the people that you go after, even though they might look different, their whole situation might be different. You know what I'm talking about on that energetic level. Why do you keep allowing certain, maybe unhealthy, I mean, look, we like what we like, right? I mean, but you know what I'm saying. I think you guys, most of you know what I mean. And that is what I feel like is going to be happening. For those of you who are single, though, it's like you're going to be meeting somebody, you're going to be opening yourself up, but yet you're not, because you're still holding on to something for this fear that it's still always going to end up being the same thing moving forward. For now, this is only for January 2021. This is not for the rest of your life. Okay, so this is only for now. Yeah, but that's what I see kind of happening here. Now feeling very grounded in feeling safe and secure in something. But I feel like it's because of Neptune, right? Neptune is going to be hanging out in your fourth house for quite a while. So, yeah, that's what we have for our single friends. Now let's go to our Sagittarius friends who are in a committed relationship. So this is for those of you who are married or with each other for a very long time. You know, you don't need to be married. Just where it's clearly you guys are clearly committed. And don't be surprised if you end up resonating with where there's crossover, right? You might resonate with this, and then the complicated, you know, that happens a lot depending on your situation. Okay, I'm getting that somebody wants to move on, but they're stopping because of the commitment, because of the marriage, maybe because of the kids, maybe because of the house, right? Because we do have Venus, even though Venus is in your first house, it is square in your fourth, and your fourth has Neptune in it. So there might be this lack of clarity about what's going on the home front, what's going on with the foundation of your relationship right now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, there's, okay, I feel like this is going to be complicated, committed, okay? King of Wands coming into this energy. This is a very nice energy. There's a lot of attraction here. There were conversations about who needed what to feel very grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. Definitely passion, though, to move forward. Lots of romance, right? Because this is a Cancer and Leo energy. Leo is that fire. It's that falling in love. It's that romance. And it's also Cancer, right? It's Cancer and Leo. And that's that beautiful, like, falling in love, feeling the heat, feeling the romance, all of that, and it also feeling very secure. Beautiful energy. It really, really is. It's a very bold energy, very charming, very sexy, very powerful energy. But now, so that was in the past, but now we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is about action and change and the need to move away from something that's toxic. And what's crossing it is the Hierophant. Or complementing it, depending, I suppose, on your situation, right? Because the Hierophant is marriage, it's tradition, it's convention, expectations, conformity. So some of you may be like, I want to leave, but the marriage, the children, the money, the finances, the fill in the blank, whatever it is, that is what I'm seeing as the situation right now. Okay, but now we have as the crowning energy, we have the Princess of Cups. So this does indicate a new love, a new relationship. Now, it's Princess, which would be equivalent to Page. Now, the Page or the Princess, they're the young'uns of the court. So this could be, Page and Princess are always a new cycle in your life. So this could certainly be, for some of you, this desire to have this new cycle within your relationship. But because we have the Princess of Cups and the Three of Cups, for some of you, crowning and as the foundation, very much wanting to have this celebratory light vibe, being surrounded by a circle of support. This is, Three of Cups is often celebrating with a loved one, celebrating with somebody we have romantic feelings for. It's after the Two of Cups. It's like, in that Two of Cups energy, you guys are saying, all right, Leona, we're going to do this, right? It's that romantic love, that partnership, that proposal, that marriage. And then the Three of Cups is celebrating that with like friends and family, feeling very supported, right? So this could, now, depending on where you're at in your relationship. Okay, for some of you, you guys maybe committed yourself to being married, but you're feeling like you want to leave. But what's crowning and the foundation here is that maybe there was this commitment made that some of you may want to end up leaving, first of all. Now, for those of you who are married and very unhappy, this could indicate you meeting somebody new coming into the mix. Okay, for others of you, you're going to resonate with this as the Princess of Cups. You want it to be a new cycle within your current relationship. You want to have this fresh start, this reset. There's a kind of reset energy I'm getting. But what's interesting here is you, and only you right now, we have the Eight of Coins. Well, I just feel like this is you focusing a lot on your work. This is you focusing a lot on your work. Now, some of you, this could also be really trying to figure out, because eight is the number of mastery. So you and Pentacles is not only money, it's also mental, physical, and emotional connection. So you can be in a space in your life right now where you are very focused on what it is that you need in love. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was going on, Sagittarius, because you have Venus in your first house of self. So you, right? I mean, so that's, you know, can definitely be resonating with some of you, if not just throwing yourself into work right now. Now you have the Magician energy. This is your environment. External influences affecting you, right? So the Magician is about trying to make something happen. It's an alchemical energy. It's focused creativity, turning visions into reality, being very inspired to make something happen, right? Having to do with relationship. Now, Mercury. This is a Mercury energy. Magician is Mercury. What's Mercury? Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is all about communication. Virgo is about, well, you might be meeting somebody in your workspace. Again, going back to that Magician energy. You can be meeting somebody new that ends up infusing like new life into you, literally. You could literally be feeling that, like waking up a part of yourself that you forgot existed. Or your partner doing this, right? You know, as well. Now we have in the Hope and the Fear, we have the Two of Cups. This is about romantic love, partnership, proposal. This is your hope. This is also your fear. Some of you, if it's a fear, it might be you're in something and you're afraid to entertain this other energy. Others of you, this is what you're hoping to fix. You want to come back to the center with your partner. You want to start over with your partner. But in the near future, there is so much stress and exhaustion and burden and overwhelm, having to do with something within the connection that you're in right now, within this committed relationship. Now, this is a minor arcana, guys. It doesn't have to be, major arcanas are more long-lasting, right? Minor arcanas could just be like, I can't take it. Like it can't continue the way it is, kind of thing. And I'm certainly getting that in one capacity or another within this relationship, my friends, because we have then 8 of Swords, which is about self-imposed restriction, isolation, feeling very imprisoned in your situation, wondering if you belong. I mean, look at her, right? She looks fine, and then she looks in the mirror and look what she sees. She sees herself as being trapped. So, this idea of, I don't know how to get out of this kind of thing, but it's very self-imposed, and it's because you don't feel like you belong in the situation anymore. But now you have to ask yourself, is it because it's reached its expiration date? Is it because you've changed and your partner didn't change with you? It's all just become too stressful. You want to make changes, but the person that you're dealing with doesn't agree with the changes that need to be made, right? And there's not this alchemical process, right? This tempering of what needs to go on. Because you very much want that. Like, that's where you're at. Your environment is the Magician. You want peace. You want to bring this to yourself. There's no question. You want to receive. You want to have that love. But if you're dealing with somebody who's not on that page with you, I see you feeling like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like I belong here anymore. So that is what I have for Sagittarius committed. Now we're going to go into Sagittarius complicated. I feel like the committed might want to hang out for this one because I felt like that was a little complicated. Okay. Get a lay of the land for our Sagittarius friends who are in a complicated relationship. This is maybe you're together and things are just really challenging right now. You're not together right now, but you're clearly on each other's energy. You know you're on their mind, they're on yours. Maybe it's something that's recently ended. Complicated situation. Maybe one of you aren't fully available to be in the relationship. There could be many complicated situations. 10 of Pentacles. Crossed by the 6 of Wands, okay. 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands, okay. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, okay. Looks positive anyway. It doesn't look too drama ridden, which is nice. We have the Queen of Cups coming into this energy, nurturing, supportive person, healing. This could be you, Sag. You could be a very supportive element for this person, or they could be providing you. They were providing you with some sort of nurturing support. The Queen of Cups, again, is that Gemini and Cancer energy. So it's maybe you guys are just talking and there was something about it that made you feel at home when you would talk to them, or something about them made you feel very safe, very secure, right? Now, the situation right now is the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is a marriage card, right? It's definitely a marriage card. It's family. It is one of the will you marry me cards. It is a deepening of commitment, deepening of connection. It's age, it's time, it's maturity is what I wanted to say. 10 of Pentacles is a maturity, right? And it's also this idea of family, leaving a legacy, building a family, building something that comes to a culmination, right? That's why this is the energy of receiving an inheritance, or the point of retirement, or it could be the getting married, or the buying the home, opening the business, having the family, all of those things that would incite leaving a legacy kind of thing. And we have complementing or crossing this, right? However you're going to resonate with it, is the 6 of Wands, which is really a very good energy. There's good news coming in. And whatever good news that's going to be coming in is going to lead to feeling really valued, feeling recognized, feeling like something has the potential to be very successful, feeling like that, right? So this is the situation that I'm feeling right now. Now, the crowning energy here, we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is great energy too. Here we go, another marriage card, honeymoon, reunion, homecoming, celebrating with friends and family, strong foundation. Really nice. I mean, there's nothing bad about this energy. It's a Venus in Aries. And so what I like about this is because Aries is the baby of the zodiac, it's the first sign. It's the Emperor, right? It's about a fresh path and a new perspective. So it's Venus in Aries. So it's almost like this beautiful next phase of love is opening up, which is really nice, right? And that's crowning. So it's definitely desired here. That is definitely the desire. We have as the foundation, the reason for the reading, we have the Two of Wands. You might be waiting for somebody to reach out to you, though, Sagittarius. Somebody might be waiting for you to reach out to them. But there is this idea of needing to make a choice. You know, needing to make a choice. Two of Wands. Cross purposes with oneself. You know, that's what it is. And the thing is, it's Mars in Aries. And here we go again with this Aries energy. I'm getting feeling, I don't know if you're dealing with an Aries energy, but the Aries energy is all about, again, fresh path, new perspective. It's ruled by Mars. And Mars is all about putting us on the path that we're meant to be on. That's why Mars is the Tower in tarot. Because the Tower is pulls down whatever's not working, that's not ultimately meant for us. That's what Mars does. Mars is like, come on, let's go this way. You know? And you do have Mars in Taurus going into your 6th house on January 7th. And don't forget that that 6th house has to do with your mental, physical, and emotional health. What's going to make you feel better? Mars wants to put you right in that way, Sag. But here you are right now, feeling all kinds of apathy and feeling very unfulfilled. Having to do with this complicated situation. You're just not feeling very fulfilled from it. Now your environment has to do with the Eight of Swords again. This is coming up again. This just came up in the committed one too. You know, again, self-imposed isolation, imprisonment. You know, mental, very mental. You have yourself trapped in something. You got to figure that out. Because those are blocks. Those are blocks that need to be released. And, you know, going back to the Four of Cups, those of you who've been knowing me know my typical spiel with the Four of Cups, you know, where it's like you have your checklist of why you can't be with this person, whatever it is. They do this, this, and this. They are this, this, and this, whatever, right? Fill in the blank for all of it. And you're feeling this level of a lack of fulfillment and this feeling of apathy. And will I ever meet anybody that I can just have this peace with, right? Kind of thing. But the thing is, you have to look at your role in that as well. And I know that's not easy to hear, but you do. You have to look at your role in this. Where are you getting in your own way? What are you allowing yourself to hold on to that needs to be released? Like, what needs to be let go of? In the Four of Cups energy, what scar has not been healed in you that this situation pokes at? There's something else going on underneath the surface here that needs addressing. Now, in your hope and fear, we have the King of Swords. And King of Swords, again, is all about no emotion, staying in the mental, being strategic, being very intentional. So that could be your fear having to do with this connection. Well, this could also be the hope that you have for yourself, where you're saying to yourself, okay, Sagittarius self, I need to let go of that person. Let me sit down and write a list of why I can't be with them, and let me study it, absorb it, and act on that, right? Let me stay in the mental. Because on paper, if I write down everything that's gone on, you know, not me, you, it is like this glaringly obvious that I have to be very intentional in my approach to this complicated situation. And I can't allow my emotions, my vulnerabilities, my insecurities, my whatever to wash over me and have me act in a way that I'm going to end up later regretting, kind of thing, right? So what I like about this is we have an Ace of Wands in the near future, which is fabulous because you're going to have this new inspiration, this new perspective, this new urge, this new passion. This could absolutely be meeting somebody that you're very attracted to. Brand new, Ace, right? And we have that wand. Wand is will, it's passion, it's motivation. But you're going to feel inspired. And I like that we have two aces in your future because we have this strong motivation. And then we have another Ace of Swords, which is having very clear mental clarity, new ideas that you're going to be ready to implement. Now, sometimes with the Ace of Swords, and I just have to say this because it's going to resonate with some of you, you have this great mental clarity. You see exactly in your mind's eye what you want to happen, but there's this new conflict with this new mental clarity, which means this complicated situation, what has to be done to tie it up? Do you know what I'm saying? What has to be done? For those of you who are resonating with this, I feel like you're in a complicated situation that you are really ultimately not resonating with, and you kind of know this on a very deep level, but you kind of can't, you're having a hard time bringing yourself to say that or admit it out loud, okay? Because we have the two aces and that's new, and you don't feel like you belong in it anymore. You're feeling very apathetic. You're not getting what you need. You're not happy. You're not. Mm-mm. No. But sometimes it's, as simple and as complicated as saying, I need to just put them in the rearview mirror once and for all. Okay, what happened with my cards here? They're all wonky. Okay. Pull some Island Time Wellness, and then we'll pull some tarot for these. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. We have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, having an epiphany, and opening yourself up for transformation. That's it. We have this lightning. Let me pull a couple of cards and then we'll go on. Next one is soulmate. The world. Beautiful. Sudden change, epiphany. You got the world. The world is completing a lesson. It's like eyes wide open all of a sudden. Then we have soulmate energy, soul connection. And your soulmate. Three of Wands, beautiful. Three of Wands is such a beautiful, fresh energy. It really is. It's Sun in Aries. It's you being called forth by somebody with words of appreciation, somebody who values everything that you are, Sagittarius. Honestly, I mean, this is so lovely. This is so lovely. You know what the Three of Wands is too? It's like turning your back. You can't tell on this, in this deck, obviously there's no character. But for those of you who know the cards, if you think about the traditional Rider-Waite deck is a good one to look at. It's the only character out of the entire deck where we don't see any part of the front of their face or the side of their face. So it's just looking, got their back turned to the past, only focusing on the future, on the sun in the future, moving forward. And then we have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, transform. We have a changed mind. So let's see what we're changing in mind. We have Mother of Swords, this is Queen of Swords. Okay, Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient energy, but it's all about absolute honesty. Now, I have to say, for some of you, let me just pull one more for that. Yeah, that's a Nine of Wands. Is definitely still maintaining boundaries, but still having persistence in something. So the Phoenix, what is the Phoenix? The Phoenix is a transformation. It's something that we thought was gone and it rises from the ashes. So for some of you, this epiphany that's coming out is a lesson learned, and you giving a little bit of step back, really giving some room some space for there to be some breathing, right, within this connection. This person may very well be your soulmate, where you guys have this soul contract, this agreement that you guys have to complete in this lifetime. So after there being some complication and being away from each other, you have this Three of Wands, which is, come on, let's go, let's start this over. We have the Phoenix, which is about, let's transform this, right? There is growth here. There is this idea of renewal, but it's got to be based in honesty. The Mother of Swords. You're still going to be protecting yourself a bit. You're going to have your boundaries up, but you're still going to have persistence in, in this situation. And we have engagement ring. We have the Empress, which is about fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance, being able to grow in something. Doesn't mean you're all having a baby. I mean, it's a Venus energy. The Empress is the mother of the tarot, but in astrology, it's equivalent to Venus. So engagement ring, Venus. I mean, that makes sense, right? But keeping in mind, you're all right, Venus is going to be in that first house of self. So you're going to be feeling very strong. Then we have mirror here, mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. The mirror is too in relationships, Sagittarius. It's your 7th house. 7th house is the house of partnerships and marriage. And so when you have a sign, let's say, for example, let's say you're a Sagittarius rising, okay? It's as many of you are. You probably have Gemini in your 7th house. So, obviously you may have doubles and stuff, but just going along with the whole house. You would have Gemini in your... So that means that in relationship, you require somebody who's interesting, who's interested, who's attractive, a little bit of a Renaissance person, and that's how you are in relationship. You're a lot of fun. You like learning different things, doing different things, going from here to there, all of that. But that's also what you like in a partner, right? Because that's the house of mirroring. Our house of deep connection like that is mirroring on a soul level. I hope this didn't confuse you. But then look what we have, Tower. Unbelievable. I mean, this is something shocking that comes out of all of this. Now, I just want to say, I'm not mad at this because I feel like this for many of you, if you're in a complicated situation and you're figuring stuff out, to have the mirror with the Tower means, guess what? So much growth. Because the Tower does not only mean relationship falling apart, things being a hot mess. That's not only what it means. We can also have internal Tower moments where we're realizing, not through any comfortable turn of circumstances, that we cannot continue being the way we have been, that we can't keep thinking the way that we have been. It's not working. And that needs to be changed. So there's an updating to the moral code, to the moral compass, to the personal philosophy, to that perspective, to, feeling like we know better, feeling like we know. Well, maybe you don't know. Maybe they don't know. Maybe that's what needs to be looked at. Maybe you both need to change your approach to how this relationship is handled in order for you guys to grow. With this engagement in Empress, I mean, this center energy is so beautiful. It really is. But then we have mirror. Mirror is, to me, it's all about the 7th house, which is that serious relationship, and we have the Tower in there. Now, some of you, keeping it real, some of you may be getting back together and wanting very much to have this engagement, growth, child, if you're in that space of your life, buying a home, whatever it is, positive energy. But at the end of the day, you realize that you guys are so much alike that the level of toxicity is off the charts and you can't work it out. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I want to just pull another card on that. By the way, if you are Sag rising and Gem is on your 7th house, that's a tough one, just saying, right? Because Gemini needs somebody who's very, very, very diverse, wherever our Gemini energy is. It's easily bored, very easily bored. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that you guys are going to be working something out. We got the Eight of Wands here, which is beautiful. This is really good news coming in that ends up inciting almost a frenetic kind of change, that the ultimate outcome is a strong foundation. So it's news coming in. So I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of change, but there's going to be a process, for goodness sake. Look at everything we had to go through here. Lesson learned, though. Lesson learned. It can't keep being the way that it was. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, you have no idea, woman. I don't want it to be like that. But it really can't, though, Sag. You know what I mean? Like, it can't. You will end up back in the same space. You will end up back on that cycle. Like, seriously, like, perspectives need to be revamped. And the only way to do that is not by saying that, but by understanding why those thoughts and feelings were there in the first place, and then working from the bottom up. In order for us to make those changes, we have to work backwards, not forwards. Do you know what I mean? So I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year, Sagittarius. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.